Good morning. Once again, it's time for Your Life Matters with clinical social worker Dr. Beth Plachetka from Safe Harbor Counseling and Dr. Beth Speaks. Dr. Beth, how are we this morning?
I'm good, Mike. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. We're here again on a Monday for you. Today, part 4. We've had a nice 4-part series on love throughout the stages of life, different forms of love, relationship a little bit. We've talked family. We've talked love of yourself. Today, we've got a different angle we're going to go with.
Right. Now it's in the community. When we talk about the bullseye approach, with us in the center, and then our families outside, and then every other relationship is outside of that, like the community, the church, work, schools, those kinds of things. And what we want to remember is that we are always given that opportunity to act with charity and love toward other people. So, having been an educator, I like to repeat the definitions. This will be 4th time. Love and charity means wanting what's best for the other person. Even if it is initially a little bit awkward, we want the outcome to be the best for them. And it involves some characteristics and some I'm going to use the word characteristics. Self-awareness. We have to know ourselves, our values, and our behavior. Sacrifice, being able to wait a turn or postpone something, give it up entirely. Honesty, to be able to say what you really think and feel. Integrity, to have your values and your behavior match no matter where you are. Trust, say what you are going to do what you're going to say, make it the same, or if it has to change, tell somebody.
And yes.
Don't just hide it. Patience. Change takes time, and we'll make it. We'll get through this. Kindness. Choosing your words consciously when you have to tell somebody something that is uncomfortable but true. And saying we're sorry when we need to. Now, when we think about the real world, it offers us much more diversity than we find in our family. So we can learn a lot, and we have to apologize a lot, and we have to think we're not the center of the universe. The real world includes work, stores, schools, roads. We were just talking.
We all love drivers on the roads.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, sometimes I'm sure they're saying that about me because, it's what they're trying to do and what you're trying to do. Playgrounds, churches, everybody's got their own idea. So we got to think about, for example, everybody knows about school. Know your role. If you're the teacher's in charge of the learning activities. The student is responsible for engaging in those activities, and the parents level the playing field. They remind the students, and then they sometimes have to call the teacher and say, hey, what's the rest of this story? Because, and I used to tell that to parents all the time. Call me, because I'll tell you what I said. I mean, I know you'll tell me what they heard.
I'll tell you what one side of the story when the kids come home from school.
Right. And it's not malicious on anybody's part, but if the parent doesn't ask, nobody knows. When we think about sacrifice, no man can serve two masters. Work when it's time to work, play when it's time to play. Give up the things that you have to give up in order to accomplish your goal. Honesty, I've said it a lot. Say yes when you mean yes. If you tell the kids you're going to pick them up, please be there. If not, send a message. Integrity. If you think being honest is important and the kids are in the car with you and they hear you say one thing to them and go home and tell mom something different, they should be able to ask you, why did you do that? Okay, because it's her birthday present. Oh, okay.
Sure.
Or else, you're right, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. When we think about trust, place at work really resonates with me with my work with workplace bullying. Complete work on time. Avoid gossip. If you have a question, go to the right person. If you have a complaint, go to the right person. Don't get everybody all worked up. Remember, change takes time, and there's 2 ways of saying something, kindly and sharply. Choose kindly, because your life matters.
Kindness is always the better way to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a nice 4-part series all about love. Hopefully you got a chance to listen to those. If you didn't or want to hear them again, you can do so online at safeharboril.com. You can call Safe Harbor Counseling, 630-466-8657. Safe Harbor Counseling and Dr. Beth Plachetka, also on Facebook. We'll see you next time on Your Life Matters with clinical social worker Dr. Beth Plachetka from Safe Harbor Counseling and Dr. Beth Speaks.